y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Either way, I'm so happy to have you here, and if you love pantry organization, this video is for you. Throughout the past year or so, I have posted several pantry organization videos to my channel, and those are by far my most popular videos ever. So I thought for today's video, I could pack all of my pantry organizing videos into one and bring you guys a pantry organizing marathon. In these videos, I share the befores and afters and everything in between, and the results are so satisfying. I think you guys will absolutely love it. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Melina. I'm a stay-at-home mom from Alabama. I'm married to my husband, Johnny, and we have two boys, Mason and Gaines. Mason is 10 and Gaines is 5, and we are just so happy to have you here watching this video today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, we would absolutely love to have you join our YouTube family. I'm also very active on Instagram and TikTok. I will have all of my socials linked in the description box below, so make sure to give us a follow, and I hope that you guys really enjoy this video. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, my name is Melina and I'm so excited to share today's video with y'all. We are going to be tackling a huge project, and that is my pantry. I have been buying, collecting, and pretty much hoarding all of these containers for about 7 or 8 months now. So this is something that I've been planning on doing for a while, and I'm so excited to finally be taking care of it. I'm not only going to be putting all of the food into these bins to organize it, but I'm also going to be making some really cool labels with my Cricut Joy cutting machine. Now before we get started, I'm just going to give you guys a preview of what I'm working with here, and it is just a hot mess. This is the result of us just throwing food wherever it would fit. Nothing has a place, and we also have to dig forever to find the ingredients that we need each night when we're cooking dinner, because you just can't find anything with it unorganized like this. We have been wanting to take care of this since we first moved in our house about 7 months ago, and it's honestly just continued to get worse the longer that we've been here. So I'm so excited to share the transformation with y'all. It's honestly insane. So definitely make sure that you watch until the end of the video, because I think that you guys are going to be shocked at the before and after. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to start by opening up all of the bins and containers and removing all of the stickers from them. That way I can wash everything before I start to fill it with food. I will have all of this saved in my Amazon store, and you can find the link to that in the description box below. But I also just want to say that I know containers like this can get really expensive, especially if you need a ton of them. We personally did not have a pantry in our old house, so I was super excited about having one in this house, and I actually began buying containers for it before we even finished building. Jonathan actually got me 2 sets of airtight containers for Mother's Day last year because he knew how excited I was to organize this pantry. But don't think for 1 second that you have to have containers like this to have a really beautiful organized space. The Dollar Tree has so many amazing options for organizing, and I have lots of their bins and containers all throughout our house, so you can definitely organize your space on a budget and still have it look amazing. I ain't got no love to spare for you. I'ma be that girl. Now that I have all the paper and stickers removed from everything, I'm going to start washing it all. And I did just show a few clips of this because I didn't want to bore y'all. But once we get finished washing these, we will start pulling everything out of the pantry. I don't wanna be your girlfriend. No, I don't wanna be your girlfriend. All I want is time with my girlfriend. So I don't wanna be your girlfriend. I know you want me, boy, I can tell.
love myself. Boy, don't you worry, you'll find someone who wants you back, but that is not me. So give it up, haven't you had enough?
As you can see, I'm just setting the lid to each container on top of it once I finish washing it. I didn't want to fully soak the lid because I didn't want underneath the seal to get wet, but I did go through and wipe down all of the lids.
Cause you haven't got the news, or you really need to understand.
Now that I have everything washed, I'm going to let it sit out on the counter to air dry while I start pulling everything out of the pantry. To clear out the pantry, I'm just grabbing whatever I can fit in my hands and carrying it into the kitchen to sit on the countertops. I knew we had a lot of food in this pantry, but I did not realize how much until I started trying to clear all of this out. I will honestly never forget this project, not only because it was just such a huge transformation and I had so much fun doing it, but also because of something insane that happened this night that I will share with y'all in just a little bit. Once I got everything cleared out, this is the mess that I was left with. There was so much food and crumbs all over the floor and even food all over the shelves. I'm going to use the Method All-Purpose Cleaner in the Honeycrisp Apple Scent to quickly wipe down all of the shelves. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, I would love for you to take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram to let me know that you're watching. I love to reshare y'all's posts there. Another way that you can really help me out is to hit the share button below and share my video on Facebook with your friends and family. This just helps people find my videos that might not already know about them, and anything that you guys do to help my channel grow means the absolute world to me, so thank you so much. All of the shelves are clean now, and I'm going to sweep up all of this mess in the floor. Then I'm going to go in with my Swiffer Wet Jet to mop. I'm going to use my Cricut Joy to make some labels for all of the containers, and what's so amazing about this is they actually have a Cricut Joy app and you can create everything straight from your phone. Now I'm going to tap next and just type in everything that I want my labels to say. I cannot recommend the Cricut Joy enough. I will have it linked below in the description box, so definitely make sure to check it out. Also, make sure you continue watching the video to see me apply all the labels to the containers. I had quite a mess going on here in the kitchen, but this is everything that I pulled out of the pantry and all of the food that I have to get organized. I'm going to start with filling the containers, and I'm starting out with the cereal dispenser, which is such a game changer, y'all, especially if you have little kids that like to fix their own cereal. My boys have been obsessed with this. You just pour the cereal straight into the containers, and then you twist the handle to dispense the cereal.
Oh, I just want you now.
These Lazy Susans with dividers are amazing for holding snacks. I ended up using a couple of them in our pantry, but in this one I'm putting some bars and some fruit strips, and it holds so much. And with having everything in this one container, it eliminates so much packaging and makes it so much easier to see exactly what you have.
Feel right, wanna look at you all night, wanna put you in that spotlight. Oh, you know.
These airtight containers are wonderful because they keep your food fresh for so much longer.
Like you're untouchable, like you're untouchable. Don't you know? You know you're beautiful, you know you're beautiful. I'll sing until my lungs give out, you're beautiful. I wanna put you in that spotlight, looking at you all night, all night. I'll sing until my lungs give out, you're beautiful.
So I had every intention of getting this pantry finished the same day that I started it, and you'll see here in just a minute that I actually had to stop filming on this night and picked up on it the next day. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have already heard this story, but if not, I'm just going to briefly tell you about it. I'm not going to go into a ton of details because honestly, it's a horrifying story, but just to fill you in a little bit on what happened, I was standing here at the island filming this video, and Jonathan had just left to take Mason to basketball practice. They were about 15 minutes away from our house, and someone rang our front doorbell. I had been expecting a package all day long, so at first I thought it might be the package being delivered, but then I had like an overwhelming sense of fear come over me that I honestly cannot explain, and I decided to pull up our cameras and take a look outside. Whenever I did, I saw somebody in full camouflage standing on our front porch, and by this point they were ringing our doorbell over and over again and trying to get in the front door. I just happened to remember, thankfully, that the side door was unlocked, so I ran and locked it as fast as I could and went and hid with Gaines. By this point, they were at our side door, trying their best to get in the door, and it was honestly horrifying. I'm so thankful that God was watching over us the way that He was, because we had family and neighbors that were able to make it there within minutes. They fled the scene before the cops got there, but thankfully, because we have our alarm system with cameras, we were able to give the cops a really clear picture of them, and they identified them pretty much immediately. The crazy thing is they actually stole our video doorbell off of our house. I think they thought if they took the camera off that we wouldn't have access to the footage, but thankfully we did, and I'm so thankful for our local police department because they were able to arrest all 3 of them within 24 hours. There were multiple people involved. They all had horrible records, and they had honestly done some really horrible things before they got to our house that night. So I'm just so thankful for God watching over us, because it honestly could have been a completely different outcome. And I'm just so grateful. I can't say it enough. It was just such a horrible story that could have had a different ending, but thankfully we are all good. But that is why this pantry took me a little bit longer than planned.
You got me dancing in your storm. as firefighters. You got me dancing in your store. I'm looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. Looking like a breeze.
I have everything in their proper bins and containers now, and I'm going to start placing everything back into the pantry. This just took a little bit of playing around with things, and I had to move things around quite a bit to figure out exactly how I wanted it, but I could not be happier with how everything came together. And once I get all of the bins and containers placed in the pantry, then I'm going to go in and start applying all of the labels, and that was just the finishing touch that made everything come together.
You're a forest fire.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't kid around. But there's something about you I like. About you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like. About you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to.
I have these 3-tier organizers that I'm going to be using for all of our canned goods, and I'm just sliding 2 together on each shelf.
There's something about you I like. About you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
I've been holding on, I wouldn't let you go. 'Cause every time I try, you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold. When I come back, you've heated up the South Pole. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. I run away, hit the road, it ain't almost late, but I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost telling me to stop. No matter what you do, I keep on coming back.
We have stored our paper towels and toilet paper here in our pantry ever since we moved in, but the more I think about it, I don't know, is that weird that we do that? It just seems like the perfect spot in the middle of the house to keep it all, and you normally can't see it because when the pantry door is open, it's kind of hidden behind it, but yeah, I don't know. As I'm watching this, I'm like, I don't know if that's strange or not.
And I am going mad just like.
This container here is backstock, so anything that won't fit in the bins that we have on the shelves or extra cereal, we just put in here, and that way it's really easy to grab so that we can refill the bins as needed.
Body rush for the escape.
Now it's time for the best part, which is applying all of the labels. This honestly could not have turned out better. I'm so happy with it. The style, the font, everything is exactly how I wanted it to look. I'm going to show me putting all the labels on, and then I'll give you guys a tour of the final result. Alright y'all, let's take one last look at this mess of a before, that way we can appreciate this transformation.
You're the traveling kind, it's a known fact, yeah I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your end destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your end destination. You're far away and yet so close. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be.
I hope you all enjoyed today's video and that it inspired you to maybe tackle a place in your home that needs some attention like mine did. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to check out the Cricut Joy in the description box below, and I will see you all in the next one.
Be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low.
Oh, babe.
I don't want to put this nasty.
You're so sweet. Say hey.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer. Oh, when we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border. Oh, when we're floating up like helium.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm so beyond excited to share today's video with you guys because I feel like you are gonna absolutely love it. So back at the beginning of this year, I did a pantry organization video in our pantry and you guys went absolutely crazy over it. Like, I think right now it's at about 3.5 million views, which is absolutely insane. That is by far the best any of my videos have ever done, and I'm so thankful for that. But because you guys enjoyed it so much, today we are gonna be organizing my parents' pantry. And I'm so excited. It's an amazing space. It just needs a little bit more organization, and that's what we're gonna do today. Something you should know about my mom is she keeps the best stocked pantry ever. So good, in fact, that when we lived with them for about 6 months while we were building this house, I gained 10 pounds just from all the snacks because I couldn't say no. She has so many little Debbies and just, it's like a grocery store. I love it. The kids always love going over there. All the kids in the neighborhood know they have the best snacks. So I hope that you guys enjoy today's video. My parents have been so gracious to allow me to film this video in their house so that I can give you guys more of the content that you love. So definitely make sure to give them a shout out in the comments and let them know how much you enjoy the video. They watch every single video, so they'll read the comments. But without any further ado, I'm loading up my stuff and we're gonna head over to my parents' house so we can get started. Okay y'all, so this is my mom and dad's pantry, and as you can see, it is completely full of so many different things. So like I said before, my mom does like to keep a really stocked pantry. She likes to have extra of things, and she also bought up a lot of this stuff back when things started getting really bad and it was hard to get to the grocery store as often. So a lot of this is from then, but we are going to be taking every single thing out one by one and going through it. We're going to decide what she wants to keep, what she wants to donate, get rid of all of the expired food, and then we're going to be putting everything back in a much neater, organized way, and I cannot wait for you guys to see how it turns out. My mom had already purchased all of these containers and had them here waiting, ready for me to get started, but before we start pulling everything out of the pantry, we're going to go ahead and wash all of these so they're ready to start organizing. So I said this before in my pantry video, but I just want to let you guys know that you do not have to have these fancy containers in order to have an organized pantry or space. I 100% think that they're worth the investment because they will last forever, and they're something that you can always use in your pantry or around your home. But just know that if this is not in your budget or you don't have time to buy them a little bit at a time, you can always find some really great organizing options at the Dollar Tree. Now that we have all of our containers washed and dried, we're going to start pulling everything out of the pantry, and we're going to go through this stuff one by one, check the expiration dates, and separate it into categories that we want to organize it by. You guys will have to let me know in the comments below, are you more of a buy groceries as you need them kind of person, or do you like to stay really stocked up? So I'm a little bit of both. I like to stay really stocked up on snacks and things like that because that's what we kind of gravitate to throughout the day and what all of the kids enjoy. But as far as dinners and things like that, we typically just buy that each week as we need it. But let me know which way you are down below.
There's passion in life now, I'm addicted somehow. Let me tell you what is up with your smile? It's impossible, not melting, irresistible. When I look through your eyes, not even sky's the limit. I used to be satisfied, stayed over the surface. Now I just can't get enough.
Now that we have everything pulled out of the pantry, we're going to focus on getting this space clean and ready to start putting things back in. So I'm going to use a multi-surface cleaner to wipe down all of the shelves.
And when I'm with you, I go higher. You lift me up, now I can see so much farther. Beyond the horizon. Beyond the horizon. I'm a butterfly who has only begun, taking me a while to get it. Had to live and cry to appreciate life, and what you give is worth it. When you're holding me, when you hold me so close, I want further in under your skin. Wanna leave a mark so that I can be sure that you remember what's been. I used to be satisfied, stayed over the surface. Now I just can't get enough. You make me feel good like no other. I just want everyone to see what I've discovered. And when I'm with you, I go higher. You lift me up, now I can see.
I'm going to quickly vacuum and mop the floor in here as well, but I just want to say I'm so happy that every single one of you are here. I'm truly so grateful for each and every single one of you, and the fact that you take the time to watch my videos means so much to me. If you're new here, I would absolutely love to have you subscribe to my channel and join our YouTube family. And if you are new here, leave me a comment below and let me know where you're from. That way I can chat with you and get to know you a little bit more.
You and I side by side, knowing there is more in life that I want. You make me feel.
Now it's time to start organizing everything into the different bins and containers, and this is always a process for me. I change it around probably 100 times until I figure out exactly how I want it and what things fit best in which bins. But also, I know it can look a little silly or seem odd to put like pre-packaged things into containers, but this really does an amazing job at keeping everything separated and organized, and it also makes it look a lot nicer inside your pantry as well.
I've been holding on, I wouldn't let you go. 'Cause every time I try, you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold. When I come back, you've heated up the South Pole. You see
So as you can see, I'm separating everything into similar categories. So I'm putting all of the pasta together, the pasta sauces, the spreads. I'm putting the syrup and jams together. You just have to figure out what type of system works best for you and then start organizing things into those categories. Also, me and my mom were laughing so hard at all of her grape jellies. Yes, she likes to stay stocked up on things, but she had no idea that she had 4 grape jellies in her pantry. And that's another great thing about organizing your pantry in this type system. Whenever you get ready to go to the grocery store or to place your grocery order, you can walk right inside your pantry and see exactly how many of each thing that you have, and that really helps with not overbuying or having too many of one thing. It's finally time to start placing things back inside the pantry, and I'm starting out by putting the canned goods on these clear acrylic risers. So I'm trying to keep all of the vegetables on the middle shelf, the fruits on the top, and then the bottom shelf will be strictly for soups. And we laughed and laughed, y'all, because my mom has so many chicken noodle soups. It is crazy, but she bought a lot of them in case any of us in the family get sick. And then also my niece is kind of going through a phase right now, but she's honestly been in that phase for a while, and she really won't eat anything other than chicken noodle soup. So she eats it for multiple meals a day. She takes it in her lunchbox for school. So my mom always stays really stocked up for her with those.
I never just believe in what I see, 'cause I can feel the
You will see that I move things around a lot and nothing really stays where I put it the first time, but the best advice I can give you is to just put everything in the pantry and start moving it around until you're happy with the end result.
My mind would wander. I'd always dare it to go even farther. 'Cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got all that it takes to win and overcome. What I got is just a feeling, but it's oh so strong. It goes on and on, on and on. There's something going on inside of me. I feel it growing stronger every beat. I never just believe in what I see, 'cause I can feel the energy, energy, the energy. I can feel it, I can feel it. 'Cause I can feel the energy, energy. Oh, I can feel it, yeah. Oh, I believe it, yeah. There's something going on inside of me. I feel it growing.
Lastly, we're going to apply the labels to all of the containers, and no, this is not 100% necessary when you have clear containers, but let me tell you, there's just something about it that makes everything look so cohesive and organized, and I absolutely love it. I want to label everything in my house.
Cause I can feel the energy, energy.
Make sure to label a few of your containers as snacks instead of giving it a specific name of what's inside the container, and this gives you the opportunity to really change out what you get each week at the grocery store, and that way you don't have to put one specific thing in each container. I don't know about you guys, but we like to switch up our snacks a lot. We get tired of things really easy, as well as the cereal, so that's why I like to label things as cereal instead of like Fruity Pebbles or something like that, because you can constantly change it whenever you want. now it's time for the big reveal of this transformation. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see more pantry transformation videos. Also, don't forget to check out the Cricut Joy. I have it all linked below, and I will see you all in the next one.
I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel again. Now it's my turn. You say you've always been a little bit shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Either way, I'm so happy to have you here, and I'm very excited to share today's video with y'all, which is another pantry transformation. So I have shared 2 pantry videos in the past. The first one was my pantry and the second one was my parents', and those are definitely 2 of my most popular videos. So I'm so glad that you guys enjoy pantry organization as much as I do. Today we're actually gonna be heading over to another family member's house, and we're gonna be completely reorganizing and transforming their entire pantry. I'm gonna be sharing the befores and the afters and the entire process in between. So I hope that you guys absolutely love it. Definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you do. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But I'm gonna go load up my car, head that way, and I will see y'all in just a minute.
Move your feet until they start to.
So here is the before of the pantry, and as you can see, everything is just kind of thrown everywhere wherever they could get it to fit. There's really no organization or system to this pantry whatsoever, but we are going to be taking care of that today. We're going to be pulling all of this stuff out, giving the pantry a really good deep clean, and getting everything organized in a much more efficient way for their family.
Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you?
You guys know I love me some clear containers in a pantry, and these are the ones that I'm going to be using today. The first thing I'm going to do is wash all of these containers and lay them out on the bar. That way they can be drying while I'm pulling everything out of the pantry. Don't worry, I didn't film me cleaning every single container, but I did want to share this part with you guys because I always make sure to wash mine before I use them.
Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin.
Now I'm pulling every single thing out of their pantry and I'm just taking it into their dining room and laying it all out on the table. That way we can go through everything and get rid of all of the expired items, regroup everything, and see exactly how much of each thing that we have. This is quite a process and a little bit time consuming, but in the end it is so worth it.
I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out. I'll be here when all gets lost. We can count on hope when there's rivers to cross. And I know our lives will always change, but our hearts forever stay the same. I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out. Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin, one step away from caving in. When you're out where all the wild roams, and you're looking for a way back home.
Now that everything is finally out of the pantry, the next step is to wipe down all of the shelving. I'm going to be using a microfiber cloth and my surface cleaner by the laundress.
Go south, we can take our time just to figure it out. I'll be here when all gets lost. We can count on hope when there's rivers to cross. And I know our lives will always change, but our hearts forever stay the same. I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out. Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go.
I don't really need a new friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play though, wanna hang with me. I'm not really looking for a friend, so spend your time with me.
Moving on to the floors, we're going to give them a good vacuum and mop before we start putting items back in.
All that I want is to get next to you, get next to you. Not asking for much, but it feels like the two of us are golden, our gold, you see. We'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer, babe. We'll do you good, 'cause I am golden, I'm golden. You're not really looking for a friend, so at the top for me. Never thought that loving would be easy, but it's all for free. Won't cost a thing, so it's yours, worth the try. Oh, this is the real thing, I'm down if you're down, boy. Get next to me, get next to me. All that I want is to get next to you, get next to you. Not asking for much, but it feels like the two of us are golden, our gold, you see.
It's now time for my favorite part, which is filling up all of the canisters. There's just something about it that is so satisfying to me. Do any of you watch like pantry restock videos on TikTok? If I get started on those, before I know it, I've been watching for an hour and didn't even realize it. But after we get all of the canisters filled, then we'll start placing them all back into the pantry.
Get next to me, get next to me. Get closer, get closer, babe. What do you got? 'Cause I am gold, I'm golden. I've been holding on, I wouldn't let you go. 'Cause every time I try, you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold. When I come back, you've heated up the South Pole. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. I run away, hit the road, and almost stayed. But I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost telling me to stop. No matter what you do, I keep on coming back. Just like a boomerang. Just like a boomerang. Just like a boomerang. I keep on spinning like a boomerang. You know exactly where to push or pull, and I am going mad just like you knew I would. You're reading me like an open book. You know me better than I ever thought you could. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. I run away, hit the road, and almost stayed. But I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost telling me to stop. No matter what you do, I keep on coming back. Just like a boomerang. I keep on spinning like a boomerang. My head is spinning on my shoulders. So what's the use of trying, baby? All the ways they lead to you. You're like a magnet pulling me in. I run away, hit the road, and almost stayed. But I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost telling me to stop. No matter what you do, I keep on coming back. Just like a boomerang. Just like a boomerang. Just like a I keep on spinning like a boomerang.
Now that we have all the canisters filled, I'm going to start placing them all into the pantry. This does take a little bit of playing around to figure out exactly where you want them to be, but you just have to move items until you feel like it works. After I get everything where I want it, then we're going to start labeling them. Now, I do want to mention that these canisters do come with pre-made labels, which are great, but I just usually prefer to make my own custom labels with my Cricut. That way I can label them exactly how I want them. using these larger containers for back stock, which is just extras or things that I had a little bit more of that wouldn't fit in the container, but that way they can easily grab it to restock the canisters when needed. This is a look at how everything's turning out. I finally got everything placed how I wanted it, and now we're about to make the labels really quick on my Cricut so that we can apply them to all of the containers. If you've been around here for a while, you know I love my Cricut and use it for so many different projects, but if you're new here and you would like to know more about the Cricut Joy or how to use it, I will definitely have my other 2 pantry videos linked below because I go a lot more into depth about it there.
You got me dancing in your storm, burning everything we know, dressing up as firefighters. You got me dancing in your storm, looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. You got me feeling uncomplicated. Whatever happens is meant for us. Rushing into all the situations. Whatever happened, we came there first. Go a little wild, it's your personal expression. Far over the line, tell me we ain't something special. Wrap me around your solar system, make me do whatever that you want me to do. You got me dancing in your storm, burning everything we know, dressing up as firefighters. You got me dancing in your storm, looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. Looking like a breeze.
Just so we can really appreciate the transformation, here is a before shot.
Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Right now, right now. Get it right now, right now. Right now, get it right now. Right now, right now. Get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now.
I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share this video to Facebook and with your family and friends. Also make sure to check out the LO canisters linked in the description box below, and I will see you all in my next video.
Live your life within the moment, moment. And don't go wait until the morning, morning. You never know when it is over, over. All that I know is we'll get older, older. So let us dance this night away. Our bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Either way, I'm happy to have you here, and I'm so excited to share today's video with you because we are going to be organizing my pantry. Now, I shared my original pantry organization video with you guys about 1.5 years ago, and I never in a million years imagined that that video would do as well as it did. It currently has over 5 million views, which is just mind-blowing, and I'm so thankful for that. But I would say that we maintained the pantry very well for about a year solid, and then the kids got out of school for the summer and they were just in and out of there every day along with all of their friends in the neighborhood. And when it started getting a little bit messy and out of place, I just kind of started putting all of the groceries and all of the boxes and everything like randomly on the shelf and was like, I'm gonna get this organized soon. I'm just gonna put this here for now. And I never did. And now it is in really bad shape and needs some serious attention. So we're gonna take care of that today. I hope that this video motivates you and inspires you with organization in your own home. And I hope that you enjoy it. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up if you do. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel below if you haven't already, but we have a lot to do. So let's get started. So before we get started, I'm going to give you guys a really good overview of the pantry in its current state so you can see just how out of hand it's gotten. Nothing is organized anymore. Everything's just thrown wherever on the shelves. Some stuff is thrown on the floor and it is a hot mess. So I'm going to give you guys some overview and then we're going to start by pulling every single thing out of the pantry so that we can see exactly what we have, reorganize everything, and also give this room a really deep clean before we put everything back in.
Chasing highs to stay alive, but if I'm with you, I'll survive. Hold me close into the night, 'cause I need you to stay. You take me to paradise, that's why it's hard to wait. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while. A simple question, can I get closer? Just for motivation.
Love labels in a pantry. I think it makes everything look so organized and cohesive, and I actually made all of these labels myself with my Cricut Joy the first time that I organized our pantry. And if you want to see a more in-depth video of me showing step-by-step how I made those, I will make sure to link my original pantry video in the description box so you can check that out. But I highly recommend the Cricut Joy. I've used it for so many different organizing projects throughout my house and I absolutely love it. As for all of the containers that you see in today's video, I will have all of them linked in the description box below for you, but just know you do not have to buy these types of containers to have a nice organized pantry. They are pretty expensive and I actually bought a few at a time for the course of like a year until I had enough to organize my entire pantry. I started buying them way before we were even close to being finished building our house. I got them as Mother's Day gifts from Johnny, so it can take a while to save up to get all of the containers that you need, but there are much more affordable options that still look great, and the Dollar Tree is one of those. They have some really great organizing containers and bins. Okay, so I finally got everything out of the pantry and you can see I have such a mess going on in here. I have this entire table covered in containers and food, but then I also have all of this over here. So now that I got everything out, I'm gonna show you the pantry empty. There's quite a mess in there and a lot of like spills and stuff. So I'm gonna wipe all of the shelving down and then we'll start working on all of this stuff. Okay, so here is the pantry completely empty. But if you look closely, you can see that it really needs a good cleaning. There's a lot of sticky stuff. There's stuff spilt on the floor. There's wrappers everywhere. And I honestly have no idea what this is. All I know is it's really gross, it's really sticky, and it runs all the way down the wall. So we're gonna try to wipe all of this down and get everything cleaned up, and then we will start reorganizing all of the food into their containers. I love when you guys tag me in your stories to let me know that you're watching, and I love to reshare them on my page as well. So if you're enjoying the video so far, snap a quick pic and tag me on Instagram at those Brook Brothers.
Tried sometimes, but you're making me nervous. No, I've realized that I can't live without you. All my friends reassure that it's obvious, and that maybe I'm wasting my time, but I gotta try. The only reason I keep sneaking out at night to laugh with you in secret under city lights. Surprised you never figure out how I feel about you.
So I still have no idea what this was. It almost looked like it would have been like the red stuff on a candy apple or something like that, but I don't know of anybody having a candy apple, so we're just gonna go with it. It was some type of sticky candy. But I got what I could off with a magic eraser, and I just had to scrub and scrub and scrub, and then I had this last little piece that I could not get off, so Johnny ended up getting it off with a straight razor. But now we're gonna sweep the floor and give it a good little mop. Now that we got the pantry nice and clean, it's time to move on to the next step, which is reorganizing all of the food. But before I start that, I had a few containers that had some old food in them, so I'm dumping everything out here, and then I'm going to give them a good wash before I refill them.
I've been holding on, I wouldn't let you go, 'cause every time I try you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold. When I come back you've heated up the South Pole. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. See
Now that I have the containers washed and dried, it's time to start restocking them. I'm starting off with this pasta one, but this spaghetti type pasta was a little bit too long for this container, so that's why I'm breaking it in half here. But once I made it to this part of the video, it was nighttime outside, and it just brought back so many memories of me filming my last pantry video. So I had to ask, how many of you have been watching my channel since I posted my first pantry video, and how many of you remember the crazy incident that happened while I was filming it? I thankfully was not at home alone this night. Johnny and the kids were home with me and nothing crazy happened, but I still can't believe that all of that happened the last time I was filming this pantry, and that that's been a year and a half ago. A Lazy Susan is one of my favorite organization items to use all throughout my home. I use lots of them in my pantry, but I've also used them in the fridge, under my sink, for the kids' arts and crafts. You can use them in basically any room in your home. They're super useful, but they also make your space look so much neater.
had me at a low, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
You can ride all the blue. I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday.
someday. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need Call me anytime that you need a friend, and call me anytime when you're out of time. I got you, and you got me too. We can always make it through. What we do is what we do. I can take you anywhere, somewhere. We won't be scared.
You will see me flying high. I'm staring into your blue eyes. We don't need
I have a lot of home organization videos planned coming to my channel soon. I also, of course, have a lot of holiday content and holiday decorating and cooking and baking and stuff like that that I'll be sharing soon too. But I always love to get video requests from you guys because I want to put out videos that you enjoy watching. So if there's anything that you would like to see on my channel soon, I would love for you to let me know in the comments below.
'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and save you. Call me anytime that you need a friend, and call me anytime when you're out of time. And you, I got you. You got me, got me. You got me, got me. You got me too.
Now it's time to start placing everything back in the pantry, and if you've never organized the space that you're working on before, this is where you're just going to have to play around with things and move them a lot until you figure out what works best. But I've obviously organized this space before, so I kind of have an idea of where I like to keep things and what works best for our family.
'Cause I got you, and you got me too.
Having our pantry organized like this really does make life so much easier. Whether we're getting stuff to cook dinner or trying to pack the kids' lunches, we can easily find everything that we're looking for and we can see exactly what we have. You probably noticed a lot of my containers are empty, and so this week when I go to order my groceries, I can walk into my pantry, see which containers are empty, and know exactly what I need to order. I love me a good before and after, so let's enjoy a few before shots so we can really appreciate the transformation.
Yeah, I know that once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I'll be your end destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your far away and yet so close. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart.
Behind the store is where I usually keep our extra paper towels and toilet paper and stuff like that. But as you can see, I didn't really have any extra to store, so that will be added to my grocery list this week. And then these are my backstock containers where I keep anything extra that won't fit into the storage container. I just keep it here and refill as needed. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I would also love for you to hit the share button below and share it with your family and friends on Facebook. I have a few other videos on my channel where I organized mine, my mom, and my sister's pantry, so definitely check out those for some more motivation. But I would love to have you subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Hot chocolate went everywhere. Oh man. There's